Hello my friends and welcome to today's video. I'm Jeanette with Vivo Vintage Designs. Today we're going to be creating a very relaxing and stress-free painting. You can see I have a sheet of photo paper and I'm using my dry palette and a paintbrush to apply the inks to the paper. And the reason I'm doing that is because for this painting, you want to be able to control the inks. Now, if you don't have a dry palette, you can use the inks from the bottle, but I do recommend that you use a paintbrush to apply them to the paper so that way you can control them. Now, I'm creating some very organic shapes, and for my color palette, I'm simply using 4 colors: yellow, orange, brown, and red. You can see that I am mixing the different colors into each of the shapes right on the paper. And I'm not concerned with the demarcation lines or brush stroke marks or how well my colors are blending in each of the shapes, because in a moment I will use a technique that I use very often and all those marks will go away. So go ahead and fill your paper with a bunch of organic looking shapes. Blend your colors into each of the shapes without any concern about how well they're blending or anything. Just have fun with this. Again, this is just a very stress-free and relaxing painting. Now, after I completed my shapes, I did go back and make some of them larger. I added more color, I refined the shapes, and what I'm trying to do here by enlarging the shapes is to get rid of a lot of that white space, because I will be creating a black background, which I did not do on camera, but if you stick around until the end of the painting, you'll see the finished painting and you'll see how dramatic using a black background makes your painting. It just makes everything pop. And I'll tell you in a moment how I created my black background. Now that I'm finished painting and enlarging my shapes, you'll see in just a moment my special technique. It's just a spray bottle with some alcohol, and I spray a fine mist over the painting, and you can see that all of a sudden all those brush marks and demarcation lines are gone. The colors are blended together and you're left with this beautiful textured pebbly effect on your paper. It's very simple. It's a very simple technique, but the effect is just so beautiful. I believe that it gives the painting more dimension and more depth. Now I'm using a black POSCA pen to create a pattern on this particular shape, and I will continue to do just that into each of the shapes. Now I only used a black and a white POSCA pen to create the designs on each of my shapes. I did want to use metallic pens, but mine were dry, so I had to stick to just the black and the white. But I think it would be very interesting to create the patterns using different colors. But I'm hanging these paintings in my dining room, so these colors match my decor in that particular room. Now, if you decide to replicate this painting, I would love to see what designs and patterns you come up with. And if you would like to share your paintings with me, you can do so on our Facebook group, Vivo Vintage Design Tutorials. I created this group so that my followers, or rather subscribers, would have a place to share their version of the paintings and techniques learned on this channel. I am very active in the group, so if you have any questions or would like some advice from me or our members, you can post your painting and I will always get back to you. Again, I'm very active in the group and we have such a lovely group of members. They are incredibly supportive and will definitely boost your confidence. So I hope that you consider joining the group and sharing your versions of the paintings and techniques learned on this channel. Now, going back to the black background, I used a very thick nib black POSCA pen to create my black background. Now, if you don't have a thick nib POSCA pen, you can also use black acrylic paint. I don't recommend using black ink to fill in your background. If that's your only option, of course, go for it. But I find that on a painting this large, I get a lot of streaks. And every time I try to go over them so that I get a nice smooth black finish, I only end up with more streaks. So using a black POSCA pen or acrylic paint gives you a really nice, smooth, even finish for your background. Now, if you don't have ideas for creating different patterns on each of the shapes, you can always Google Zentangle patterns and you'll come up with so many wonderful ideas that you can use to fill in your shapes. When I create this type of painting, I really don't have a plan as to what particular pattern I'm going to create. I just put the pen to the paper and whatever I come up with at that moment is what I do. And I do have a few patterns that I always go back to, but usually I don't have a plan. I just put the pen to the paper and whatever hits me at that moment, that's what I go with. Again, this is stress-free and relaxing painting, so there's nothing, you can't do anything wrong in this painting. I want you to have fun with it. Now I'm going to let you watch the rest of this video in peace. I will play a little music. But before I go, I'm going to remind you that all the products used are listed and linked in the description box. So if you have any questions, take a look there. And as always, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your interaction is so helpful to my channel. It lets YouTube know that you enjoy my videos and helps make them available to others. And more importantly, it's a wonderful way to show your support and to let me know that you're enjoying my videos. So I'm going to leave you to watch the rest of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.